Hello students, today we are going to learn new topic section first 1.2 one saying please. We will see introduction. Alfred George Gardiner in bracket 1865 to 1946 was born at Chelmsford in Essex in 1865. He started his literary career as a journalist. At the age of 37, he was appointed editor of the Daily News London under the pen name Alpha of the Plug. He made regular contribution to the Daily News, the Manchester Evening News, etc. His essays are uniformly elegant. Elegant means attractive, graceful, and humorous. The pillars of society, pebbles on the shore, many furrows, and leaves in the wind are some of his best known writings. His uniqueness lies in his ability to teach the basic truth of life in an essay and amusing manner. He raised the question of morality in everyday life. In one saying, please, he points out the value of good manners in social life and emphasizes the importance of courtesy and politeness in daily behavior. He shows how polite speech and manner sweeten the atmosphere around and how discourtesy and ill manners spoil or pollute it. In this paragraph, one saying please is written by Alfred George Gardiner. He was born in 2nd June 1865 and was died in 3rd March 1946. He was an English journalist, editor, and author. He was born in Chelmsford in Essex in 1865. His nickname is Alpha of the Plug. His essays are comedy, attractive, graceful, humorous. His essays are very popular. In this essay, a writer points out the value of good manners in social life. He gives importance to courtesy and politeness in our daily behavior. By giving various examples, he proves that good manners make the social atmosphere pleasant, whereas bad manners pollute it. According to the writer, we should be polite and we must accept impoliteness from others as a part of life. Now we will see first paragraph. On saying please. The young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. It was question of please. The complainant entering the lift said top. The liftman demanded top please, and this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurl the passenger out of the lift. This, of course, was carrying a comment on manners too far. Discourtesy. Discourtesy means rudeness. Is not a legal offense and it does not excuse assault and battery. Assault and battery means an attack which include not only threats but also the actual use of violence. If a burglar, burglar means thief, breaks into my house and I know him down, the law will acquit me and if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate. Retaliate means to do something harmful to get revenge with reasonable violence. It does this because the burglar and my assailant, assailant means an attacker, have broken quite definite commands of the law. But no legal system could attempt to legislate. Legislate. Legislate means laws against bad manners or could sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. And our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is reasonable. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears because we did not like their behavior or the tone of their voices or the scowl on their faces. Our feast would never be idle and the gutter of the city would run with blood all day. In this first paragraph, in a city office, a young liftman threw a passenger out of the lift one morning and was later fined for the wrong because he was undoubtedly wrong. It was a question of place. The complainant entered the lift and said top. The liftman demanded top please. And when this concession was refused, the liftman threw the passenger out of the lift. This, of course, was carrying a comment on manners too far. Discourtesy is not a legal offense and is not an excuse for assault and battery. Discourtesy is not a legal of offense. Discourtesy, this word is related to rude, impolite behavior and ill manners, disrespectful and uncivil. But it is not an excuse for assault and battery. Assault. Assault means threat of violence and battery means physical harm. There is no punishment for being discourteous in the eyes of law, but at the same time, it does not mean that if somebody is being rude or impolite with you, you go on hitting and beating them. In this paragraph, writer says that Good manners and bad manners both are infectious. The principle of tit for tat is applicable be to manners. The use of words like please, thank you, excuse me, welcome, etc. make the communication friendly. The writer gives another example if a burglar, burglar means robber thief, enters your house to rob, or if someone physically assault means attack. You hear the law permits you to retaliate. Retaliate means hit back with reasonable violence because the and means burglar means robber. The robber and the assailant means one person have broken few commands of law and in order to protect yourself and your property you shall be free from charge. But no legal system could legislate against bad manners or allow the use of violence against bad manners, though our sympathy is with the lift man, but the law is reasonable. Think what will happen if law would have permitted violence against bad manners? People would box others' ears because they kick like other behavior. They would beat others simply because they kick like their tone of voice. They would punch there just because they didn't like the frown on their face. Fist would never be idle. Next paragraph. I may be as uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughty. Haughty means proud. Or boorish. Boorish. Boorish means rude. And there is a no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill mannered fellow. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. It does not recognize the laceration. Laceration means a cut, means a deep cut of our feelings as a case of compensation. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. In this paragraph, the law does not force anybody to say please, thank you, or just like the law does not tell you to grow or dye your hair or wear ringlets down your back. The law does not recognize the deep cut of our feelings as a case of compensation means return. There is a no allowance for moral and intellectual damage. Means I may be uncivil as I may please. I may be haughty. Haughty means proud or arrogant. It may be boorish. Boorish means rude, ill manners. But the law will protect me against violent retaliation. Retaliation means revenge, and there will be not penalty. Only that such person will be labeled by the people as ill-mannered fellow. So student, we will see next point tomorrow.